Welcome to Knights of the Game Table. In this episode, we have none other than James, one of our Knights of the Game Table members, who's going to be breaking down for you the 5 biggest changes to Warhammer 40,000 in 9th edition. Check it out.
Thanks, Adam. Okay, we're going to cover the top 5 changes you're going to be seeing in Edition 9 coming out very soon. With that said, let's get started on number 5 on our list, and that's going to be map sizes. Maps are smaller. We all know it's coming. The 44 by 60 map size is going to be the standard for 2,000 point army change coming up. At least that's what we speculate. What this means is that your opponent can only hide their units so far back. This is also going to be great for those of us that want to get our short range weapons in use. How many times have you put out a unit and realized that you're never going to get a chance to use that short range melt-a-gun that you've been itching to melt someone with? Yes, short range weapons are going to get used a lot more coming up in 9th edition, but there's another thing that's going to affect short range weapons, and that's number 4 on our list. Terrain. Terrain rules have expanded way beyond just cover and line of sight. Now there are 4 different terrain types that have very specific uses depending on what unit you're using and how you want to go about playing the game with them. A few rules that have changed for terrain use through 9th edition is going to be defensible for Overwatch, heavy cover for melee, and obscuring, so you can completely hide units. Speaking of hiding units, let's talk about those new models that are coming out, which is going to bring us to number 3 of our top 5 changes you're going to see coming in 9th edition. New models are always a plus to new editions, but after seeing what's coming out in the Indomitus box, I think we can all agree these new models that are going to be coming out look spectacular. Salamander fans can finally rejoice as they have Primaris models with melt-a-gun weaponry. The really cool thing about the Indomitus box set coming out is it's also coming out lumped with these other 8th edition releases that are also pushing out new models as well that look really cool. The Archicopter for Adeptus Mechanicus is one that really comes to mind for me. New vehicles altogether are always a plus, but Engine War is putting out some really good stuff, and I'm excited to see how those carry over into 9th edition. On top of the new vehicles and the Indomitus box set, let's just take a minute and really look at the detail that's coming with these new models. We've noticed that with Age of Sigmar, we've seen a lot of detail go into the characters and the armies that are coming out, and we're starting to see a lot of that carry over into 40K as they go a lot more intricate with how these models are coming out. With Age of Sigmar, we would see a lot of these finer details come out that maybe would intimidate people that wanted to paint these models for Age of Sigmar. And we're starting to see a lot of those same details come out in 40K, which I think is going to help painters all agree that it's not as difficult as it looks as long as you put the time in. Now, along with new models and vehicles, let's talk about number 2 on our list, and that's going to be shooting, specifically vehicle shooting. One of the big things that we're all really excited about is that big guns never tire for vehicles when they're in melee. Well, at least not for blast weapons, which blast shooting is another change to the shooting factors that are coming in 40K. Blast weapons have another change to shooting, where the random number of shots have a minimum of 3 or outright max number of shots. The penalty for heavy weapons only applies to infantry now, and guard players can rejoice as the max modifier for match play caps at +1/-1. Go ahead and move that heavy weapons squad filled with laser cannons and shoot at whatever you want. It doesn't matter. In fact, moving units is going to have way more advantages than ever before, which is going to bring us to our number 1 big change coming to Warhammer 40K 9th edition. I'm talking about close combat. Yes, we can all hear the war cries of that sweet, sweet melee melody. Compiling all the changes that's coming in the new edition, we know what's best in life. Crush your enemies, blood for the blood god. The changes that are completely affecting melee in 9th edition are the changes to shooting, the changes to terrain, the change to map size, and the changes to what models can carry what. Basically, everything's changing everything with how melee is played, and it seems that 9th edition is going to be a heavy melee game. So there you have it. Those are our top 5 changes coming to 9th edition as far as we can tell that Games Workshop has told us about. Thanks for watching. Make sure to let us know what you thought in the comments below. Are there any things we missed that we should have mentioned in this top 5 list? Let me know in the comments below. Also, in the description, you'll find a link to our Facebook group, Game Talk for Gamers. That's how you get free access to all of our latest updates and content for Knights at the Game Table. Click there, join the group, and I look forward to seeing you in there.